Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be playing in Grand Battles, and in this we're going to be trying the Tier 10 German super battleship, the Hannover. Currently, as it stands, I am running a full secondary build, so you'll see that build on screen right now. So with Hannover, I've played a couple of games in this, and I've got to say, it's really quite fun. So most of the time when I'm playing in battleships, I do really quite like the brawling aspect of it, so anything that's got good amounts of secondaries, decent main armament, and has a good amount of armour, I will generally quite like to play. And that's why I really enjoyed Agincourt. Now, having this in game means you get all of that. You get some pretty great guns. They're like 460 odd millimeter guns, or are they 480? I don't know. They're massive guns. And you get a really nice armament of secondaries. You can currently see I've got 12.5 kilometer range here. And not only that, if you look over here, special combat instructions, this allows you to get an increase of 12% of your firing range, and they go even faster. Yeah, you can see that reload time of -7.5%, meaning you are chucking out secondaries, which means it's absolutely insane for brawling. Now, these main battery guns are good. They are very high caliber, so you don't really have to be relying on this as a secondary ship in the sense of, oh yeah, you need to be in secondary range for it to be effective. That's certainly not the case. Let's try on this Republic over here, and you'll see exactly what I mean if these do land. Now, obviously secondaries do really help, but what I'm trying to say is the secondaries, it's not the main thing. Now, I mean, 7,000 damage, I'd say that's pretty good. So the one thing that I want to really cover here is the fact of, with this, I guess, new system here, this aiming system. So basically when you get shells that either go near to a target, oh my god, that is horrid. Oh my god, that is awful. Look at that, the Aguirre is getting absolutely mashed here. But the thing is, so when you get shells that land either near or hit a target, this meter goes up, and then once it fills up, you then activate this special combat instructions, which then gives you 50 seconds of the... Okay, I will not complain with that. It will then give you 50 seconds of this effect, meaning you'll then get your secondaries if you're going with the full secondary build and you've got the signal on. You can get it up to 14.1 kilometers, I believe it is, which is pretty crazy, and at the same time they are firing much more rapidly and they are a lot more accurate, meaning it is absolutely perfect for brawling because you can just pretty much mash anything that comes into range. Now, as I've already said, the main batteries are also really good as well. I mean, if that lion hadn't just taken that kill, that would have been quite nice. That would have been our first kill of the game rather quickly into it. Now, one thing I've got to say is this is definitely a ship that's quite susceptible to fire for the fact of it's rather large, and in the same way that, say, some of the German battleships, so you've got the FDR and the so first, they suffer from fire. You know, if you're using a Conqueror or just generally any HE Sparran, and you can see at the moment, because I'm not hitting anything, this meter is going down. There we go, that has just gone back up though. Is once you do manage to get some fires on these ships, it's very easy to burn them down quite quickly, and it's very apparent that the same thing occurs with this. So the one thing you do need to keep in mind is, let's say that Ostend had instead been, say, a Smolensk. That would have been really bad for the fact of we would have been taking quite a few fires, and we just generally wouldn't have been in a very good situation. Now we're going to fire at this Yamato here. They're pretty still, and I'm not entirely sure, but that angle is looking citadelable if we manage to land. No, okay. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to land the shot there, but that was looking quite close. I'm actually going to try and close the gap a little bit here because that Yamato is getting quite close to being within range of our secondary batteries once this effect comes into place. So I'm going to fire another salvo here, and then you'll see exactly what I mean with the effectiveness of these shells. So these are coming in now. I've already got my priority sector on, as that will then increase the accuracy more. We also got a nice citadel then, and now you can currently see... Wait, really? Oh, that only increased it by... Okay, so you're telling me a citadel only increases it by half of a bar, okay. That's entirely fine. We are going to turn back in because the Yamato is about to get into the cover of an island here, but I think we may actually knock them out before they even start going. Well, you can see the Yamato is now in 12 kilometers, but once this does hit, there we go, we've got a citadel, and they now only have 2,000 damage, well, HP left. But you can see, look at that secondary range. 50 seconds of this, and you are going to be absolutely smashing targets. I'm just hoping, granted that we don't have one of these destroyers, so we do have a Harugumo and a Shimakaze. The Shimakaze I'm the most scared of at the moment. But granted they don't interfere, then you'll see how brilliant these are. Now, these secondaries are going into play now, and we just did a nice chunk of damage. And these secondaries are now able to go wild. There's only 16 seconds left, but look at this. That is just, it's just raining down on them. Beautiful. 12.8 kilometers, and if we're able to close the gap a bit more, then I'm fairly certain we'll be able to stay within our secondary range. Yep, there we go. 12.5 kilometers. We should be able to stay in here and also continue beating it down. Yeah, there we go. 14,000 damage. So, again, the main batteries here are really, really quite something for the fact of they do a lot of damage. They are really high caliber. I do think I got the caliber of them wrong when I said originally, but I mean, I'll put that on screen for the correct caliber. And they definitely do a lot of damage. Because in some of the other German ships, so for example in Pommern, that is more centered along the fact of secondaries. You want to get everything as close as you can, get them into secondary range, and then at that point your secondaries will just generally wreak havoc. It's brilliant. I mean, before the rework they were really effective, but even now I've got to say I still think the secondaries are just quite frankly amazing. I'm going to be rather cautious here because I don't really want to be getting this close to a Harugumo. So I'm actually going to drop a hydroacoustic search here just in case something does pop out or any torpedoes coming. So possibly a Shimakaze could be coming on this top side of us, but just in case I'm popping that for now, and I'm also going to heal up since we are losing a fairly... Oh yeah, okay, firing ceased. You can see once you do stop firing after a bit, this new firing mechanic does lose its effect, so then you lose all the progress that you have made, but that's entirely fine since if anything comes in this general circle here, they are going to be in quite a bit of trouble. I'm hoping the rune comes into this area, but as it currently stands, we have a Satsuma and a okay, yeah, Pommern, there we go. What I was just talking about. So it looks like the rune isn't popping out, or they are out of detection range, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but we are going to have to be careful because... Ooh, okay. They are still there. I think they may still be behind that island then. I'm going to just wait. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's get some shots off and maybe get some more over here since it does look like this Pommern is kind of getting into our range. Okay, we got a hit there. Well, we got 2 hits, but that only knocked it up by half of a bar. So we're going to try and get our secondaries to start firing on this Pommern instead. As they are yeah, they are actually, they're coming into a perfect range. So if we can curl, yeah, we've curled those over pretty nicely. And if we can get some more coming over as well, that would be quite nice. I mean, this Agira is coming in. That's, I wouldn't want to be coming, yeah, okay, that's good. I'm glad that they've beached because I wouldn't really want to be coming out of the side and then facing the guns of a Satsuma, Hannover, and the Pommern all together, as that is, quite frankly, a death sentence, I'd say. I'm going to try and see if I can Citadel this rune. I'm not entirely sure how, if we're going to succeed in that, but if we could get some hits. Okay, nice. We got 8,000 damage and then 3,000. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's about 10,000 damage. I'm pretty satisfied with how much we've done there. Now we're going to get the secondary batteries going. I'm actually going to heal up here for the fact of we do still have quite a few ships to verse here, and that is quite a concerning prospect, I'd like to say. As battles like this, as much as it looks like, yeah, we are kind of winning, well, we're not even winning at the moment because we are losing in terms of cap points, but games like this, they end rather closely, shall I say, because you think, okay, yeah, we are winning by a mile, and then out of nowhere you lose 3 ships, and that's it, the game is pretty much over. And I'm going to start pushing around here, though, because we do have the Satsuma and Hannover, which are running around that way, and this Pommern's nearly dead. And I'm fairly confident that I'm going to be able to knock out this rune. So if I chuck some shots off, then I should have a good chance of hitting some of these. There we go, good job. So our friendly Harugumo has just knocked out Oh, okay, we got 2 overpens, and we are also coming into range of the enemy Hannover. Now I have just... There we go, I've just activated my ability, which means I now have about 40 seconds of rather effective secondaries. Now, I'm rather concerned because there is still a Shimakaze here, but we are still within... Ooh, that is really concerning. Okay, come on, secondaries, pop over. I do think the Hanover has just fired, meaning we should be safe to turn in, but at the same time, if that Haragumo has dropped torpedoes, then we are going to be in a little bit of trouble. Now, if I just fire here, I know we're going to lose the first set, but yeah, we did get a bit of damage there, and actually, as it currently stands, there is a smoke in front, which is also quite scary. I'm going to launch a Hydro. That's going to spot the Haragumo. Actually, what is the range on this? Okay, yeah, 6 kilometers. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to slow down here, let my secondaries do their thing, and then if anything pops out in front of us, we should be able to deal with them relatively easy. Oh, okay, hello, that's a Satsuma. Now, these, I do believe, have got very similar layouts, this is going to hurt, to Yamato, meaning if we can get just around here at a decent angle, then we should be able to get a Citadel. I have... Okay, this is rather risky because I am putting myself at risk of, yeah, being shot by the Hanover on the side, and it looks like that gamble did not pay off, but I'm going to start turning in, and I may as well try and shoot this Hanover here. Okay, the Satsuma has not done too much damage, but this Hanover is going to be knocking me out rather soon, so that was a possibly costly mistake from me, but I think we're still going to be able to get a decent amount of damage here, and granted that doesn't kill me, which it didn't. I'm going to now start focusing my secondaries on the Satsuma instead. Get one more shot off, and then we'll... Okay, got another fire on, and the secondaries are definitely going up at the moment. Okay, that was pretty poor. That was some pretty poor judgment from myself then. I shouldn't have gone around that corner, but I was more hoping to get my other guns because I really wanted to try and Citadel this Satsuma just around this area here. We didn't, but at the same time, we definitely managed to be quite effective there. Now we've got a fire running, we are now over 250,000 damage. And considering that is, I believe, my 3rd or 4th game, I think that's my 4th game in Hanover, I've got to say that was definitely quite good. I mean, I've seen a lot of other people getting pretty crazy damage scores, but as it stands, I think that may have potentially just granted us victory. Yep, Hanover's dead. The Marceau is... Yeah, the Marceau, well, the Marceau is being a Marceau, so they're going to be very, very easily able to dodge most incoming shells because of how quick it is. So I do think we will be able to win this game. Granted, the Marceau doesn't do what it's doing. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why the Marceau has decided to go on a suicide run. They could have just instead... Oh dear. Why are you committing... That's going to kill him. I really don't know why our Marceau just decided to do that. They could have very easily gotten into the cap. I mean, they could have even got those torpedoes off without needing to go that close. They could have just dropped them here and gone around here. I'm not entirely sure why they did that. Okay, well, there is a prime example. So, my own decisions there, I think that was definitely my fault we lost them because I wasn't really expecting our Marceau to, well, to quite frankly do that. So yeah, if I'd stayed alive then, I probably could have taken out that Satsuma, or at least helped, and we would have had a Marceau alive. I'm just hoping at this point our Shimakaze is able to... Or our Satsuma. Okay, I will not complain at that. The only thing we've got to be wary of now is there is the Shimakaze, and that could be dropping torpedoes on the Satsuma as we speak, as they were last spotted over in the bottom corner. Okay, this is a rather scary game. This is very close. This is what I mean about these games being incredibly close, but... Wait, who's this Greg guy? The Greg person is asking for this guy to spot. Well, I mean, asking them to cap. That is insane. Okay, well, regardless, I think we have definitely won. Well, I think we won it. It really depends if the Shimakaze's got torpedoes on the Satsuma, because the Harugumo, they are on a single... Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's scary. Okay, the Shimakaze is in B. Or possibly on A. Harry, you should try to hide. Because that's a very scary prospect. If they've got a Shimakaze that's alive, regardless of the EPM of ships, a Shimakaze is going to be able to take out 81 HP on a Harugumo, and a Harugumo, regardless of the Harugumo's DPM. This is quite scary. I'm really hoping the Shimakaze's a bit hesitant. I'm just hoping it decides, oh no, it's not worth going forward. Okay, this is a very tense moment. I hope this is a win, and if it is a win, then that would be great. But I'm not holding my breath. In hindsight, yeah, this is, if we do lose this, this is definitely my fault if I lose, because I shouldn't have really sacrificed that much HP just to try and get an additional. Oh no. Come on. Don't fire, don't fire. Come on, get the cap, get the cap. Yes, okay. He got the cap. That's good. We've got 2 caps. It looks like those torpedoes coming off, and the Shimakaze is currently... Oh, okay, they are. Ooh, if the Satsuma managed to land even 1 hit, yeah, that was pretty devastating. I'm going to watch to see if any of these torpedoes do hit. Okay. This is really close. We've got 2 minutes left. We've got 2 caps. We are really going to need to watch and see what happens. I'm hoping that this Satsuma stays alive. I'm liking that they're pushing somewhat aggressively, so if the Shimakaze does come out of the smoke, then there is the possibility of spotting it and hopefully one-shotting it. I mean, the rear guns are turning, but yeah, I think... I'm not going to be too optimistic with this because I think we are going to lose it. I mean, I've been on a seesaw for this entire game. Come on. Okay, Shimakaze's out. They've just dropped torpedoes. It may be worth turning in, but I think with the difference in points, we may lose this even on that. I mean, 2 minutes of point generation. Oh, no. Yeah, it's a GG. Yeah, that second torpedo got it. Okay, yeah, that was my fault we lost that. I definitely could have probably helped turn the tide there. Okay, that just show the effect of even just one ship going in and losing a good portion of HP. But even so, I'm rather happy with that. That was definitely quite a good game. So gives you a bit of an impression of how much damage you can do. And if I lasted quite a bit longer, that would almost certainly have been a 300,000 damage game, which I would be very happy with. I mean, I'm happy with the amount of damage I've got so far and the amount of secondary hits as well. That's really quite good. And going to the team score here, 1,300 on a loss. Mind you, that would have put me just around below middle on the enemy team. So I've got to say, I'm definitely quite happy with that. Now, detailed report, we'll see what we did. So 68k to the Satsuma, 45 to the Yamato, 39 to the Republic. Yeah, I've got to say that was definitely rather good. And credits and XP, I mean, from what I've heard, these are rather good for getting credits. And yeah, that definitely looks quite good, considering this ship was given to me for free and with a 21 point captain. I'm rather happy with that. So, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy this video. I definitely enjoyed playing in this, and I am, well, once I've gotten enough points for these intelligence reports, then I am going to do a video on the Satsuma as well. But apart from that, that is it from me. So if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and apart from that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. So I'll see you in the next one.